guys, welcome back for our middle day sort of an update video. Is that we have found here our first prize pack. That is the Commander Starter Pack prize from last weekend's multi-commander tournament held at Enemy Fest. We're going to just have a video recap feature for that one. But for now, we're just going to do some checking on the starter commander decks. If you're familiar with this product, this is a set of 5 Allied Color Commanders that was produced by Wizards of the Coast, and maybe their attempt to have some of the beginner or newbie players with the game to do into the multi-commander format, and maybe just do some casual gameplay or kitchen table games with your friends, colleagues, or even with their enemies, let's say. And I've chosen this one maybe because of one of my previous fan of being a Celestia player back in the day, and maybe even today. And so we have this version of the Token Triumph starter commander deck that is green and white, and our commander card is Emmara Soul Blackcord. This is not a Cleedocto card, but a good thing that we have seen here the new version, the new frame. And as remember, this Emmara was first printed in Guilds of Ravnica, and we're going to check also what other cards this commander offers. As the name suggests, Token Triumph, so this basically goes with lots of token producers and other shenanigans related to it. So with this name, welcome to Commander, battle friends with powerful features and spectacular spells in Magic's most popular multiplayer format. Ally yourself with Emmara and cover the battlefield with an army of tokens. That's basically it, the main strategy. Protect them as they multiply and wipe your foes with a single attack. So that's very nice, very detailed explanation of what the deck strategy is. So it's also the description of Emmara being a member of the Celestial Conclave, and it includes 100 card deck, a deck box, 10 double-sided token cards, and some strategy insert and reference card. So I think we don't need to clear this one. Also, this is the opening on the side. Party at Emmara's everyone is invited. Okay, very nice explanation that. So we're just going to slide this out, this product, and I think this is what contains the deck box that is also foldable. We don't really need to fold this one first because we already have our deck box that we are going to use for the deck. And since the winner of that multi-commander EDH tournament already have to provide that one, and of course the sleeves for this deck. So this contains the cards. I think we still have some tapes to tear on this one, maybe. Okay, so we're going to tear the back. So this is the roll of cards, the strategy inserts. We're just going to set this aside first. So the strategy insert is probably the deck list included in here, some awesome card, and also some description of what the main strategy is. So very nice Emmara Soul Blackcord card, new art, and the same strategy as prevented. We also have some ads on the side. If you flip this one, there is no deck list, but we're just going to explore the card later, card by card detail. So playing the deck, we have this description here. Also with the commander rules, those are pretty basic for a free-for-all multiplayer commander game. And of course, you have the list so you can do a reference. And the website, of course. So in case that you have questions, you can just basically inquire for them and other rule specific for the commander multiplayer format. Okay, so just going to drop this one a bit. We got the folding. Anyway, so we're just going to explore her, Emmara and her army. That's basically what our term would describe. So let me just check. Let's slide on this. Okay, on the side. Wait, where's the? There's no tier. Maybe in here, the top. We'll just use our scissors to do this. Okay, let's just going to do just a quick rundown. Maybe some features, some new cards. No more be the relevant cards in the set. I mean, in this deck. For that, you can also explore what shenanigans or strategy this deck will provide to us. So without further ado, start with. Okay, so Mara is here, very shiny effect. That's looking to be in foil etch. Etch foil format is one of the recent popularized kind of foiling for the MTG sets. Okay, setting her aside. We also have next is Ajani Color Pride. So that's very strong planeswalker back in the day in standard, putting in this flying double strike effect that's basically killing off opponents. But first, we're going to check first what Imara does. I forgot on this one. So whenever it becomes tapped, it will create this 1/1 white soldier token with lifelink. So also, Imara is basically a token creator by herself. At the same time, you just need to have some shenanigans enabled for her top ability to trigger at the least every turn, and it's maximized every turn, including that of your opponent. So what the deck would offer here that we can have to have that strategy. So Citywide Boss for next year. This next rare is going to do with destroying all the creatures with toughness 4 or greater. Since we are going with the solid token strategy, our creatures would usually have to be 1/1s or 2/2s. So this kind of sweep would exclude them from dying from the destroy effect, and basically killing off your opponent's creatures with those toughness of 4 or greater. Okay, next we have Commander's Insidia. So this is also a bump enchantment, +1/+1. For each time you cast your commander from the command zone this game. Oh, very nice. Also next, Dawn of Hope. Whenever green life, you can pay 2 to draw a card, also create this token. Dictate of Heliod. This is a reprint from, I think this is from the old Theros, or from, I think that was Journey into Nyx, the first one. So it is a flash enchantment that gets your creatures to 2/2. Next, the Retreat, also from the Zendikar Rising, I think the first print. We have this ability of run full to creating this token, and also pumping up counters to each of your creature and having them vigilance until end of turn. Arb Reckoning, convoke spells to destroy all non-token creatures, very nice. Metal of the Meek, also another token producer. And of course, White Sun Zenith as a white version, creating these 2/2 white cap creature tokens depending on the mana played on X. And also you can have this also shuffled back to your library. Now for the green rares, we have Champion of Lumbolt. Creature with power test non-power can block creatures you control this turn, very nice. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put some counter in this. So she gets bigger where every token is produced. Citadel Hero Brands. Creatures you control have this ability to produce mana for green. Okay, we also have Collective Unconscious. Draw card for each creature you control. So it goes to good card draw. It's the fact that as you have more creature tokens produced, then for each of those creatures you control, you will get to draw a card. Now we also have Harvest Season. Sorcery searching for the basic lands, number of top creatures you control, very nice ramp. Harness Nets also, when it's dealt damage, you'll create that mini 1/1 green 6 creature tokens with flying detach. Of course, Hornet Queen. This is a very throwback card also. Back in the day when we were playing this card in standard, you can create this 1/1 green flying creatures with the flying detach, so very much relevant in trading with the other big creatures from your opponent. And we also have Wishcar to go with the pump, adding counters on each of the 2 target creatures and then having them to produce mana. And of course, Scavenging Ooze, more for the utility card that can exile, deal with graveyard shenanigans. We also have Thunderhoof Ballot, so 6 to cast 5/5 with Lieutenant ability, so very nice. Verdant Force, also another good token producer. For each upkeep, you will create this 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Now for our multicolored, we have Iron Mutation, destroy target enchantment, and you will create X 1/1 green sapperling. They equal to its mana value, so more of the destroy effect with 3 tokens. Camaraderie, you gain X life and draw X cards. Number of creatures you control will depend on that, and then have them pump +1/+1 until end of turn. Collective Blessing also, +1/+1 for creatures control. This is from the JRN, from the RTR set. Now this Escort from Alara, it was also recommended here. Having your creatures indestructible at the turn. March of the Multitudes, also very nice reprint here. Convoke and creating this X11 white soldier tokens with lifelink. And of course, to stand this corner, this is another good mythic. Other creatures you control is plus one. And then creating these soldier tokens with lifelink again. And when you're end step, each player gains controllable creatures they own. So blue shenanigans would really have some trouble in this. Now for artifacts, we have an Idol of Oblivion, draw cards and create token. Also, you can get to sacrifice this one to create a 10/10 Eldrazi creature token. Slate of -3, very nice also. Good reprint. To discard your hand and draw card for each creature you control. Then for some lands, for mana fix, Canopy Vista, Fortified Village, Temple of Plenty, we're going to set this aside. Again, we're back again for some white spot removals per se. Convoke effect, Condemned Tribunal, also with Devouring Light. Also, a very good spot removal in the form of Path to Exile. Rootborn defenses, preventing your creatures by giving them destructible and having also populate. And Baller Knockers also, whenever a creature is on the field, you get to have your creature pump free for every ETB effects. And then for green, we have some several mana fix in mana ramp with Abyssin's Pilgrim. Curse of Bounty is having them untap all non-permanents you control. And Witness also a utility card for Haven Elf or ramp. Great Oak Guardian, also having +2/+2 and untap effects. Harmonize also a card draw. Also a token producer with Jade Mage, Jasper Sentinel mana ramp. Also with this one, draw a card and adding mana fix. Lifkin Druid for another mana ramp. Royal Guardian for Lieutenant effects. The 4/4 Templar body. Also needs distribution to convoke to search for up to 2 basic lands. Malvis Shepherd for destroying artifact enchantments. Very good effect per se because you have a lot of creatures that you can use to activate that ability. And of course, a classic Overrun. Creatures you control get Precipitancy and Gas Trample. With Overwhelming Instinct, when you attack with 3 or more creatures, you will draw a card. So a good utility enchantment there. Also, Presence of Guns combo creating this 1/1 green warrior elf. Okay, Collision Sage for removal effects, TB. Scatter the Seeds with more tokens in the form Convoke. Spore Mound, a landfall effect that gets you to have creating 1/1 green Saproling creature token. A Voice of Many, draw card for each opponent to control fewer creatures than you. And Nadja Breta Guard Protector, it's a 5 to cast 2/3. Also a pump effect with a landfall effect that whenever a land enters, you'll create a 1/1 white human warrior token. And the last two, Celestia Evangel and Celestia. Oh, not yet, this is just a half Evangel and Guild Mage. We still have the other half here. I think these are more of the lands and also other spells. Artifacts maybe, Silver Reclamation, example to target creatures, artifacts and enchantments with a big sick land cycling. We also have Arcane Signet. Pretty much the basic of the artifact components of a commander deck. Commander Spear, Soul Name, of course, Talisman of Unity, and these are the lands. So Blossoming Sands, Command Tower, Elfin Palace, Refuge, the Holdout Settlement, Tranquil Expanse with Tagasi, another token producing land, and lots of forests and plains. So a very good composition of this deck for a starter. Very much good creature distribution and choices. And we have lastly the tokens. So we'll see Saproling and Elf Warrior and some quick guide for your info. So I guess let's wrap up our opening of this of Emmara, the Soul of the Accord starter commander deck. I think I'm pretty sure the winner would really enjoy having to explore this deck. You might even do some upgrades also in the form of adding more of the high tier commander cards, maybe such as that of the Mundrak from Pariksha V1 and other of the themes related to, of course, producing these tokens and gaining an army and smashing out your opponents. So I guess that's about it, guys. Thank you for checking this Commander Starter Deck Token Triumph unboxing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you on the next video.